Hi guys, Kate here with Lowe's for our first episode of Showroom Steals, where we bring you DIY and design tips and tricks to match the trends of today. Today we're talking all about rental spaces and how you can make them feel like they're really your own. I personally rent an apartment and know firsthand that you can't pick and choose exactly what you want in a rental. For example, the apartment I'm in right now is wonderful. It's my ideal location with great views, but I can't stand my kitchen cabinets and I have black countertops that show every single speck of dirt. Those are things I would definitely change if I owned the place. Some things, like a countertop, we might not be able to change in a rental home, but we are going to show you 3 great hacks today to give your apartment some personal touches that A, won't break the bank, and B, won't get you kicked out by your landlord. Let's get started. First up, let's talk lighting upgrades. A lot of times rental units can have really harsh lighting, or just not enough lights. If your light situation is underwhelming, we've got 3 easy ways for you to amp it up. The first and simplest option is swapping out your light bulbs. I know, it might seem obvious, but a lot of rental units use lights that are way too strong, or they give off a hue that feels a little more industrial than homey. If you swap your bulbs out for a softer, warmer option, usually around 3200 Kelvin, you'll be amazed at how it makes your space feel more welcoming. Another easy swap is strip lighting. You can add these inexpensive lights above and below your cabinets for an elevated look in your kitchen, and it takes no more than 2 minutes to complete. Last but not least, we have a super simple DIY for sconces that you're going to love. First up, pick out your favorite wall-mounted sconces. I personally love gold, so I chose these sconces from Safavieh. Once you've picked out your sconces, pick up some battery-powered remote control puck lights and some super glue. Before you mount the sconces on your wall, you'll want to glue your puck lights inside of the sconce. And that's it. You literally just have to mount it, and next thing you know, you've got a custom lighting finish that no one else in your rental complex will have. Now let's cover those dingy apartment walls, literally. Chances are, if you're in a rental space, your landlord has picked out an unoffensive shade of paint for every wall, which makes sense for them, but it's pretty drab for you. I know you've got a bigger personality than that. I tried this renter's hack myself, and luckily for you, I'm gonna give you some insider tips and tricks before you get started. Number 1, take your time picking out the print you want. I printed out different swatches and hung them on my wall for a day or 2 to make sure I really liked it before committing. Number 2, use a wallpaper calculator. I cannot stress this enough. We have one available on Lowes.com and we'll drop a link in the description below. You do not want to spend the time to get your peel and stick wallpaper up only to fall 1 panel short. Number 3, make sure your patterns line up on each panel before you start hanging them. I laid them all out on the floor in front of my wall to make sure the pattern repeated the right way. Plus, if you lay them out on the floor before you start, you basically have the blueprint right in front of you and just transfer it from the floor to the wall. Number 4, this is not a one-person job. Ideally, you can get a friend or a roommate to help you out. I found it's best to have one person hold the panel in place while person number 2 removes the backing on the wallpaper and lightly sticks it to the wall. And as tempting as it is to start in a corner, you'll want to start in the center in case your walls are not perfectly square. That way, you'll get the most even result. If you have a patio space in your rental, you'll love this next hack. My apartment has a great patio space, but the floor is a dingy cement that gets kind of grimy since I'm in the city. And I also love to entertain out there in the summer, and cement floors aren't exactly what I'd call welcoming for a dinner party. So if you have a similar situation and want to get a ton more use out of your outdoor space, deck tiles are going to be your best friend. These were a game changer for me when I found out they existed. Deck tiles are a simple way for you to revamp the entire space, and since they require 0 hardware or DIY skill, you can simply pack them up when you move out. I did a little mix and match situation for my patio and used some stone tiles and some artificial grass tiles. It made the space feel super elevated and a little more like a backyard instead of a cement patio. I bet once you put these tiles on, you're going to be itching for some new patio furniture. I was back at Lowe's pretty much immediately after I finished the project and loaded up my car with this great Origin 21 conversation set. I think it's super inviting and suits my patio well, but you can find more options to fit your space at Lowes.com. All right, guys, that's all the renter's knowledge I'm going to impart on you today. Drop a comment below and let us know how these hacks worked for you. And of course, be sure to like and subscribe for more tips and tricks from Showroom Steals. You can also shop the products we used today by checking out the links in the description. We'll see you next time. Until then, happy hacking.